talking into the mic and it's going up and down. And I didn't forget to unmute it, so let's do the whole shared to social networks thing. Okay, now to Twitter. All right, Twitter's out. And now it's to IRC. Right, so what are we planning on doing today? Well, before we get started, I'll say there isn't going to be any music on the stream. And the reasoning for that is it seems to be whenever I stream the non-copywritten music or just stream audio, it crashes, or like, I don't know if Budgie locks up or if the entire, like, I don't know what happens, but yesterday it happened and it was a bit more of a pain in the ass because I had to manually splice the clips together, and that was via YouTube's video editor. And as a result of that, the audio is out of sync on that. And actually, I want to check if it's out of sync on here too. So, test. I actually can't tell. Hello. I don't know. Let me know if it's out of sync. And I will poke the IRC channel. Well, when people start jumping in. So there isn't going to be any music going, so have your own. Otherwise, it's going to be probably a bit of a boring stream because it's just going to be silence and then me talking occasionally. And it's also going to be a short stream as well. The plan is to work on the Budgie page and the download page. And more specifically for the Budgie page, it'll be, let's go ahead and show it. It'll be the customizable and extensible section, and then it'll be the desktop for everyone section. And then for the download page, well, it will be everything because that isn't implemented yet. Also, I'm probably going to tweak this because, well, I know for a fact, like if I look here, the spacing is off here. So I need to fix that. And obviously I know that needs to be centered. And if you look up here, you could tell I haven't changed the title of that to be titleized. So the end goal for that is to actually do that within Hugo. Let's see, so shall we get started? So the first thing I want to do is fix that titleization. And that'll be across probably the blog single. It'll probably be across all the layouts, all the things. Actually, no, it won't. It'll just be the metadata. Because the metadata sets the title. And I think it's just dot title. But I will go ahead and double check. And it'll be under strings. So Okay, we have title here. Thing is, I don't remember, does it do it just for the first? Well, I guess we'll find out if it just does it for the first word, like the first character in the first word, or if it will do it for every, like the character in every word, or if it'll do it for the first character in every word. Hey, Daedric, watch while I'm talking and let me know if there is any latency. Like, or not latency, let me know if there's any audio desync. That would be appreciated. If we check here, you can see it successfully changed the metadata layout, so that is correct, presumably. Maybe 0.2, maybe, oh, that's too much. Hold on. I wonder if it's because I have push to talk. So is it that I'm speaking and then about 250 milliseconds later you actually see me speak, or is it that you see me speak and then 250 milliseconds later you hear the audio? Because I cannot stand audio desync for the life of me. So I mean, frankly, I don't know why it's a problem here before C. Okay, so I don't know if I can intentionally delay. Okay, it didn't actually change that. I set to 250 milliseconds and like for the push. Oh wait, no, it applied it. So is it working now? Wait, no, it isn't. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I just want to get this fixed. Blah, blah, blah. That seems better. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Hold on. I can't actually like... Alright, hold on a second. I'm not... Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't broadcasting the desktop audio first. Hardly noticeable. Okay, so I'll crank it up a bit. Okay, should be at 300 milliseconds now. So let me know if that is any better. And once again, Fabricator is going wild, and my phone is getting the notifications. The thing is, I don't know if it's OBS or if it's actually what I changed. All right. Well, whatever. Let's get back to actual development. Okay, so it does it for, it titles every single one? Let's go to something I probably haven't changed. Yes, it works. Although I need to do it for the, whoa. What the hell? How's that board? Oh, it's probably because I haven't set the featured image CSS. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, I haven't. So I'm gonna set that to float and then 100% width. And then I want a margin at the bottom of that. Okay, that is a lot better. So let's go ahead and apply that. So I need to do the width and margin within the blog styling. Okay, I had a styling. What? No, this is definitely it. I'm gonna double check if this is. No, it's up to date. Where the hell did I put the content? Just go through every single one of them. No, styling is definitely there. Why isn't it showing in? It's not showing up in my Atom window. I'm gonna refresh this thing. Is it in Git ignore? Nope, no such file. chmod all this stuff. Is this on drugs? Because I'm looking. Here, let me pull it up. Let's look. Styling right there. And it's definitely there. And yet, look, it's not on this side. Excuse me? I think I might get confused like when I copy it back and forth between my laptop and desktop, although they have the same I mean, they should have the same UIDs, so. Okay, this is really annoying. I wasn't actually expecting this. Yeah, it should be the same GID too. And yes, I know what I'm doing with this. I wasn't focusing on that, so let's do another reload of the window or not. I mean, it should automatically update the tree, but I don't know. Okay, that was last night. I haven't made any changes since then, so do something a bit dirty here. And I am RM tech RFing it. Now we'll get Clona again. Because my permission reset wasn't working, which is odd. Or have the terminal disappear? I asked in the dash chat, but would you be interested in watching me stream this weekend? Yes, I would. There we go. See, I'm not sure what that was all about. Okay. Did I not push? I don't think I pushed those changes. Well, I had to because I had that styling here. What? Okay. There's some weird voodoo stuff going on. Let's just double check. Yeah, no. Okay, I remember absolutely Git pushing everything I did last night before, like it was right after the stream. Okay, let's apply this stuff. That was a bit of a detour, wasn't it? I have like the worst of luck. Okay, so it's not going to be within blog content, is it? Wait, no, it will. Because... yeah, it's just the first image with the class featured image. And then interspecific, we'll have the normal float stuff. And this isn't actually going to be something that is size specific, so it'll be here. How long are you planning on streaming for, Daedric? Okay, detect that change. That depends what I end up working on, to be honest. Well, I tried out Hedge Wars yesterday, and that worked, except when it's full screen. And I think I get this with some other games too, so it might just be like, are they using an old SDL? Because that might actually explain it. Like it disables my secondary monitor, but only when it's full screen. So, like if I have it. Like, I wish Budgie had a way of, like, emulating full screen, like the full screen window mode stuff without any of the bordering. Like, it's faking it, of course, but that would be cool. So it thinks, it would think it's full screen, except it's really sitting in a window. Or, yeah, I think it's SDL1. And I was, like, trying to do the campaign. And it's like literally the first part where you're supposed to jump over like a flower or mushroom or something, and it's like double backspace to do a long jump up. But the thing is, it's like I couldn't actually get even beyond that because like there's like the collision detection is a bit odd. But if you go any lower than that, then you're too low. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just really terrible at that. Okay, so we implemented. Is that the end? Okay, it is. Just an abrupt ending to that, because obviously it's just a partial implementation of the actual blog post. So yeah, I mean, and then I checked what multiplayer stuff there was, and there was like one server with like 2 people on it, which I don't know what I really expected, but because I think like if we went in there, no, that tutorial is a pain in the ass. Yeah, it was. I never got past that. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll try again later. Okay, so we fixed that featured image. Nice. So let's go ahead and commit that. see, we need to package Haskell to self-host servers. All right, that works. I mean, if the process for... Yeah, I mean, I could see that being beneficial, especially if we want to do multiplayer, but not really have to deploy a server on like a DO droplet or something. Okay, so I need to fix the titling here as well. That is actually going to be in blog single. Oh, wait, no, it'll be post info. There we are. But yeah, I feel like if we as a Solus community did like a Hedge Wars like multiplayer thing, then it would probably be like, well, I guarantee you it would be the most popular like server instance there for a while. And then it would go back to being dead. Okay, so individual blog is done. Yes, I'm already aware that's a thing. It won't be a thing, just testing pagination, which works. See, like, really like that. I like that a bit too much, I guess. And I'm actually going to do a delimiter stuff here. I think it's delimit. I think the function is delimit. Yeah, it is. So I could do, yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. A comma and then a secondary param of and. Okay. It'll just be in post info. Although, I'm not entirely sure that'll work. Reason being, we're doing our own custom looping here. So this would be nice, but we're actually creating like links, so. What I need to do is get the length of the categories, which I should probably do anyways. So let's go ahead and tweak this. I mean, you're never going to have a blog post that has no categories unless you mess up with something, but it's better to be safe than sorry and do that check anyways. Otherwise, you're going to have like date and then in and then nothing. So. I think I actually have to use a special subtract function for maths. Yep, sub. So basically, if the index is less than the length minus 1, so we start at 0. 0 is less than, say, if we only have one item, then it's basically going to be if, and ignore that if or. I might do something else there. So basically, if 0 is less than 0, okay, yeah, that would work. I don't know if this has an else if. Let's check. That's gonna definitely be a Go template primer. If, else, with, or, and. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a nested else, nested if within the else. This is gonna need some tinkering. Okay, I get it, Hugo. You really don't like that logic. Oh, it's that less than. Okay, maybe I have to use LE or LT. So now it's giving template errors. Maybe that. Yeah, that took. Yeah, I thought that would be the issue. Just wondering, what is the index it starts at? Should start at 0. Really didn't like me changing that. Watching these streams makes me want to rebuild my site with Hugo. Well, yeah, I mean, well, I was about to say I'd probably make it a lot more entertaining than how it really is, but I know the stream isn't particularly entertaining. It might be a bit educational or amusing. Actually, so if it's amusing, it would be entertaining, like seeing me fumble around or something. Let's see for a sec. Just fix that logic. Go on. Work. Work, baby, work. Just gonna revert all that. See, that isn't recompiling. Or it is, just isn't changing the logic. It's not making any difference. See, coding streams are perfect for sadist. Yeah. See, I want to output the... See, news is 0. Plans is... Okay, so it does a 0 index. So that's good at least. Okay. Oh, I know why that isn't working. If I have it set, okay, I'm just being stupid. It's like my logic is actually working perfectly fine. Except my actual logic, like my programming logic is working fine. The rest of my logic isn't. So the link is going to be the same, it's just the position that I need to change. I don't really think that's going to work. Yeah, no. Because I don't think I could just have a variable directly equal HTML. So I guess what I can do is what probably let's look at this. Or not? Thought it was printf. Doing something a bit hacky here. At least in my opinion. I don't know if it'll work yet, but I guess we'll find out. So I don't think I could do nested logic. I guess we'll find out. It would probably just be easier for me to do a fucking copy paste, wouldn't it? There's no way that's gonna work. Yeah. Didn't think so. Obviously, if I find a better way of doing it, then I will do so. Okay, there we go. So news, plans, and then that. I'm not too happy with that implementation, but it'll do for now. So next up is finishing the budget page. So let's go ahead and fire up that mockup. Oh, I already had it open. Okay. So it's the same ordeal, except this is going to be full size. Yeah, full size, full width. What's the subclass for it? I didn't actually have a subclass for that. Shame on me. Although I probably implemented this before the subclass stuff, so let's go ahead and change this. Okay. I mean, this is going to be by far the most different one. So we'll see if maybe adding it as the actual banner would be a mistake. So let's see, what would be needed in dir specific and what would be needed in scalable. So the width of both of these would need to be in scalable and dir specific, except for dir specific it would be float. These would actually be headers instead, just to simplify it. And then these would be probably be best implemented in both in the normal banner stuff as well as scalable. Because if it's scalable, we'll have each one of these indicator things be like the full width of the screen. Yeah, that's how I'll do it. So we'll start off with the dir specific stuff. And I was about to implement that stuff in the screen specific stuff, which I don't want. So how's the stream quality? How is the audio desync issue that I tried correcting? How's the mic volume? You know, just sort of give me a status report, please, so that way I could get an idea if there's anything I really need to change or not. Right, so let's check the DOM of this. So it's going to be H1 for that, and then H2. So H1, H2, and the paragraph are all going to have to be float left on this. Thank you. Because after yesterday's stream, I was not happy at all, both with the audio desync and, you know, the whole issue with it splitting it into 2 clips. So I'm trying to make sure everything is a lot smoother this time around, which is also why I don't have any music going, because I'm experimenting with if that audio input is what is causing it to lock up. Because correlation does not equal causation, so I don't want to jump to conclusions as to whether or not that is the issue. Because it could have been the fact I was running Budgie 10.2.6. Right now, in case you didn't notice, I'm not. I'm actually running 10.2.7-ish. It's the most recent pull and rebase with some tweaks that I've done, so. But it's like largely vanilla. So, and then H2 is going to be for the applet view, the applet view headers. And these are all going to be float left for LTR. And it'll be float right for RTL. Hey, Cyber. And the nice thing about sort of ironing out all these issues now is the next time I key and I do a Hackfest, what I'll be able to do, assuming the whole camera switching thing works on YouTube's end, it'll mean that my setup at least will be all sorted. So what is arrow key thing here? Oh wow, I didn't even notice it. It tells that I'm 1 commit ahead of upstream. Oh, that's fucking cool. How cool is that? Maybe it's because I don't check the status thing down there aside from the updates. Huh. Man, I love Atom, except when it is really stupid and decides not to refresh much review, and or when like the project, you know, like the project find and replace just completely derps. So we have that to float right. So that will work in theory. And then we need to do scalable. And for scalable, we're going to want all of this to take up, like these two take up 90%, the header to take up 90%. This will remain the same, taking up all the space it can. And I say 100%. I don't really think that's going to be the case because obviously of the margins, which I actually also need to implement in dir specific. Although I think I have a universal selector for that, so. I say universal selector. It's not a universal selector, it's very specific selectors that I have listed like here. And it's always going to be the case about me finding redundancies and reducing them, so. Question is, how did I... Okay, I'm gonna wrap all of this within, is it section? Let's check the banner shortcode. So it's banner and then section. So I at least want that to be consistent. And then within that, we have the header, we have the paragraph, which is the text. And then within that, we have individual sections. So I'm not sure how well the nested sections will go, but if necessary, we'll change this to like a div or something. And then within that, have that minor component div. Actually, let's just do that now. So I'll have that be budgie upload list, just to make sure it doesn't conflict with the section stuff, which it shouldn't, because I'm pretty sure I implemented all of that to be direct descendants of the banner, so it wouldn't affect nested ones, but I mean, a section within a section just doesn't sound proper, so. So actually what we could do is have this selector be up here. So that should be full width. And I know I have multiple, let's see here. So we have this RTL specific stuff, and then within that we have the banners. Let's just do this for now. Build. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how much would apply. Then I need to implement the height. And that'll be in banner. Let's see what's the coloring I have. I don't actually have. Okay. Let's see. No, that didn't apply. It's tall height. Is it Budgie applet view? Applets view. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that margin is way excessive. Like, what the actual fuck? Do I have that in scalable? No, okay, I see where it is. It's up here. I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, so in theory, independent should have its own. Nope, that breaks it. I really don't like the super long selector there. Okay, let's rejigger this. So design for everyone won't have it, independent and stable and secure won't have it. So basically it's two half banners and design for everyone. Everything else will have it. Josh, you got asked a question in chat. What UI syntax and projects add-in packages Josh is using? I have that. Like, I talked about that a few days ago. I'll link him to the office setup thing that I have. And tell them that's not where they should be chatting. Let's see, where are they saying that? I'm not seeing it. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind, I see it. There we go. So yeah, I'll just, may as well open it up here. Just so everyone gets an idea. So this is one view of my workspace. Just probably with worse lighting. So see my crappy desktop, well, my crappy desktop case down there. I actually want to replace that with a Fractal Designer 5. Anyway, so if you scroll all the way down the bottom, you see the choice, and then I have here, I don't know how updated these are, but this is basically it, so. Anyways, back to rejiggering this. So the Budgie Hero and Solus Hero don't have headers, so I don't have to worry about those. The Budgie applets view. Actually, it'd be better if I just explicitly mention the ones that use headers here. So it seems like all the ones that are full banners are going to be using the 3.5, except for the exceptions. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So the most performant experience one, we'll use 3.5. Stable and secure won't. Solus hero won't. Budgie hero won't. Or are they cyber? Sweet. Designed for everyone won't. Raven will. Okay, we'll just have those two for now. And then we'll have another one where we specify 2.5% or 1.5. And then Budgie applets view as well. So let's go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and build this. It actually built successfully. So Budgie menu is, doesn't actually say. I think that one was 3.5. Yep. Raven should be 3.5. It is. And then customizable extensible. That's 2.5. Good. And then this is not set. And that's a desktop for everyone, but we haven't created that one yet. So let's go back to the home page. So that looks good. And these look fine as well. Let's go to the Solus page. And all that looks good. So the selectors actually worked. Now, I think all these are, no, not all these are full banners. This one isn't. The Raven banner is not a full height one. Or the tall height, I should say. But they all, oh wait, no, I wasn't looking at those. They're all full width. So I could implement this there, maybe. Because they designed for everyone. That should be in there. Because that should always be full width. Yeah, there we go. I don't think it actually changed. But I know for a fact now it is full width. So back to this. So these budgie applet lists need to be full, like 100% width of the section. And then I also need to implement in dir specific for these, the float values. Okay. Let's compile that. Or is it not a direct descendant? No, it's within section. Okay. Okay. It's not applying the full width, but at least it's the float, so. That's because within the banner I didn't put it within the section either. Drop this redundant selector. Okay. And the same story needs to be the case for the header. It needs to be full width as well. So what is the new Cyber? I don't remember what's the new Rooms game. Like, it's not Revolution. Is it Revolution? Maybe it is. No, it wasn't. That was the one released in 2012. WMD. Didn't they have I remember them having like a short preview of that out, didn't they? Like a while back. All right, here we go. And the header needs to be tweaked. And this paragraph has way too much padding below it. It's not padding, actually, it's margin bottom, but... Now, where is that from? It's from here, okay. They streamed it in front of a live audience at a convention. Yeah, but I could have swore they put out a video on it too. Can you look that up? If you're that interested. Because it really sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure they played it. Maybe they did at a convention and then they like re-uploaded it to YouTube. Same further down before desktop. Let us see. Right. Here, yeah. This is what you're talking about? I assume it is. I mean, if I just drop it... Or do you mean... No, that looks right. That looks right now. I wonder why I implemented the... Well, I might have implemented the margin for the... I might have implemented the margin for these, but I'll just make those specific to that rather than everywhere. Yeah, good eye. Thanks. Appreciate it. Good man. Good man, S.E. Wells. So I will fix this here. Because we don't need no stinking margin. Okay, Cyber. Yeah, I think that's what... Yeah, Cyber, that's the one I'm talking about, I think. EGX. Yeah, it was just carryover from the button stuff. Yeah, see? That's exactly why I did that. Which, that's fine, because it's going to be used on the heroes and designed for everyone. And the most performant experience full width banner. So let's go ahead and apply that to those specifically. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that margin from there so we don't run the risk of one overriding the other. And I will just have a... Never mind, you'll see. So we want to as, not budgie menu, but most performant experience. So we'll copy that selector. Okay, thank you for showing me that. Yep, well, no problem. Thanks for pointing that out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed immediately, and it would have been a weird, like, the fuck moment. So let's just tackle that now, because it's going to annoy me anyways until it's fixed. So we have all these subclasses. let's just start a new one. And if it happens to collide a lot with one we already have, then we'll just merge it in. So most performing experience, and then the heroes. So Budgie hero and most performing experience. And Solus hero. Is there anything else? Designed for everyone as well. So those 4 selectors. So those 4 specific banners. Let's fix these sections. So let's do it the same 2.5 at the bottom. And the reason why we're setting we're setting the 0 values instead of only the margin bottom is if we only set margin bottom, then the user agent style sheet, or like the built-in styling that the browser has, it will cause the paragraph to have margins that we don't control. So if you're not familiar with this, basically we have the first value is up, the second value is right, the third is down, and the fourth is left. So think of it as going clockwise, starting at the top. And if we only define 2 variables, then the first is going to be the vertical, so top and bottom, and then the second value is going to be left and right. But of course we don't need that. So we have that. And it doesn't look like it's actually... Okay. And then all the other banners will have a paragraph margin of 0. That'll be Budgie applets view. And if you're wondering why I don't set it instead, and then just set, okay. If you're wondering why I don't set it in the global banner styling and then do an important, it's because I specifically have the less compiler give me an error if I use the important value anywhere, because that is typically a bad sign, like if you're using that, of a non-organized style sheet. And given I could just use these selectors and the less C compiler as well as the plugins I have will automatically minify it to have the least amount of redundancy, then it's not really an issue to me. Do you use box sizing border box? No. Just set it for this for now. Preferably not hit the delete button when I want to talk. Also because the whip coding for margins may start at 1 instead of 0. It varies depending on the web browser that implements the style sheet, and also it varies depending on the, like whether the browser uses EM or whether it uses a percentage value. If you use an EM, then what that means is the margins will change based on the EM value, which is based on whatever the HTML or body font size is. So if it's 12 pixels, then if you use one EM anywhere else, then it will be a total of 12 pixels. Yeah, EM or percentage, I've found anyways. Just set to none for now. Okay, that doesn't look right though. It's set to 2.5. But I think the value of it is different because of the size of the actual banner here. Because 2.5 here is like 2.5% of 400 is going to be much larger than 2.5% of 520. So this is going to need to be changed. I mean, well, we'll evaluate that in a moment. Let's focus on this. And this, you see here, it sets it to because we're using Chrome here, for whatever reason it wants to use the -WebKit prefixing. But this is basically what it is. It's before and after it's 1 EM. So basically that means because our font size is defined as 14 pixels, it will set that to 1 EM. And then you see here, we're using font size as 1.2 EM, meaning it's 14 times 1.2. Actually, is this using the same subclass? Desktop for everyone, and then oh, this is designed for everyone. Derp. Okay, there we go. Then we want to change the styling of this. So let's just do it in inspect element, so I don't have to change it a bunch of times. So we're gonna have a normal. It's a bit extreme, isn't it? Jesus. Okay. And we'll see what it looks like setting the color as well. Oh, I see why I disliked her. Might actually just eliminate this redundant. Well, no, I'll keep it there for now. Such indecisiveness. Nah, fuck it. Uh, 1 second to change the blinds because I have the sun, the day star is shining right onto my second screen. It's awful. I want to switch to it. There we go. Auto, I stream at 4,500 kilobits per second, which is the YouTube recommendation for. It's actually the YouTube recommendation for 1080 at 30 FPS, but I have the bandwidth, so actually no. It says I'm streaming at 4856 kilobits per second. So let's see, Daedric, be right back. Gonna go print off an RFC and then go get lunch. Nice. Nice. So let's see if that applied. It did. Okay, now it's about getting the box modeling for that. So, what is that like? It's an individual applet within the applets view. Gotcha. And that is going to actually be in scalable specifically. God, now I've noticed how hungry I am. I'm going to hold off for a while longer though. Yeah, see, I did the smart thing and ate before I came on stream, so no one talking about food would distract me and make me even hungrier or something. So, ha. And I just noticed, wait, I just noticed that Blaz hasn't been in here to do our traditional him talking about a very specific project and then me muting him for 5 minutes. That makes me sad. It's like he doesn't care anymore. Right, so so we're gonna want two things. So banner and then that. Let's just copy pasta the entire thing. Because laziness. Actually, no. Split that right. So this is the mobile view. And then what we're going to do is have each of the individual applets be 90% width. With a margin of 5% and 2.5%. And by that I actually mean 2.5% vertically and 5% horizontally. And then the dimensions completely change. Although I need to set height auto there too. Well, actually I don't, because it'll just set height auto by default. Durr. Durr, 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 durr. Then here we'll set it to what I designed at. Designed at 300 by 110, so it's really 90 in height with, so it's a 90 in height with 280 with a padding of 10 and a outline of 1. So let's go ahead and do that. So a height of my phone going off because people are busy on Fabricator. Height of 80. Width of 280. Oh, I key. Lol. A padding of 10. So that'll be 10 left, right, up and down. And then an outline of 1. And actually, I lied. That's not going to be here. It's going to be here. Yeah, I anticipate the gray that we're setting is going to be too dark, but I could always change that later. Imagine that. What? I could change things? Okay, and then the margin for that. Set the margin for that to like 1.5 for now. And we'll do it as right and bottom. And then we obviously need to set the dir specific stuff. So actually do it on this pane. Alright, I rejiggered this, so. And then the individual applet. And we're actually going to wholesale copy paste this to the LTR part, so I don't have to restructure that. Let's build that. Oh, there's an error. Oh my god. In dir specific. Oh, it's this part right here. Man, who is glad tomorrow's Friday? Holy smokes, has it been a long week. And oh my god. That looks awful. That's not what I meant to do. What the fuck? I mean, that doesn't look any better. I get the feeling it's not applying the styling for that somewhere. No, it's not applying the fixed width. So it's banner, and then the Budgie applets. Budgie applets view, and then the and then the section, and then of course. Not me, no sleep. Oh yeah. Because you are heading out. Okay, that's better, and as I predicted, that's too dark. See, my flight is like 11:45 a.m. or something on Saturday, and I need to be there 3 hours early. Okay. And I need to, not fall asleep and miss my flight, so I won't go to sleep the night before. Yeah, and plus the benefit of you pulling an all-nighter is, in theory, you'll be absolutely exhausted and just crash on the plane, so. I mean, is it a direct flight to Portland, or do you have... Oh, wait, no, that's right. I remember you telling me you're flying somewhere else. I'm not going to elaborate in the event that you haven't told anyone else. And then you'll be flying to Portland. Going via Vancouver, yeah. Yeah, I knew where you were flying. I just didn't want to elaborate in the event that you wanted that private or something. Because, that's something I actually keep in mind when people tell me things. Right, so this needs to be... this needs to be laid out differently. then Portland downtown. Okay, to all the 8 people watching, if you happen to be a single lady, then Ike is looking for a hookup in Portland downtown. If you're gonna be there on Saturday or Sunday. Is it, or are you just gonna be there on Saturday? How long are you gonna be there for? I mean, I don't know what your schedule is gonna be like either, so maybe that would be the. Can't believe I'm acting like your pimp. I just used the force. I am the man you are looking for. Oh, you're there for 2 weeks. Man, if you don't have like the biggest motivation, are you taking that Optimus based laptop? That's right, the whole twist stuff. You're gonna be there for that. Fucking time, man. What is it? What is it even? I need to fix the layout on this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you said, yes, I'm taking Optimus with me, and it'll drive me batshit crazy inside of 2 weeks, so I'll fix it. Exactly. That's kind of what I was going for. Like, that thing is not being able to play games, or the whole, like, being a pain in the ass, like having to use the DRI Prime flag or whatever. It's just going to give you more motivation to fix that. Or you'll get so pissed off that you'll find a way to, like, yank the frickin' mobile NVIDIA card out of there and just be like, God damn it, I'm only going Intel for this. Because I want this view to be like this, so I want this to be a single row and then the span here. So maybe the first span will be the sort of the basic information, then the description. Oh, your FPS dropped on CSGO, so you had to fix it. Oh, the sacrifices you have to make, huh? Ooh, that's why you're doing the SDL stuff. I wasn't sure if you were doing it for like gaming or if you're doing it to experiment with. I mean, I don't even know. Can you do a window manager in SDL? Like, or is it just like GL and then some sort of weird? I don't know how any of that shit works, and I'm not sure I want to. I'm doing it to learn the graphical systems. Is this in preparation for something? And yes, you could do SDL window manager / compositor. Yes, okay. My lack of knowledge and speculation regarding that and guesswork was actually correct. Okay, sweet. So this banner and then individual applet view. So then we're gonna have the span. We're gonna have 2 spans. Both of them are going to be full. Actually, no, they're not gonna be full width. They are going to be probably 90%. Actually, no, I'll do a calc. So basically it'd be 100% minus like 5 pixel padding. And then obviously I need to do the dir specific stuff. Then up here, I need to fix it to left. I mean, I love being able to like control click on two different locations, start typing and output in both places. I don't know what other like editors have that, but that's one thing I love that Atom has. Okay, that's progress. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I was like pretending that I had to deal with padding when I already was smart enough to set that in the parent budgie applet thing. So that'll be like that, and then we want a margin bottom. Just checking the lighting situation here. Yeah, it seems fun. Okay. So icon and title of the applet. This can have a margin bottom. Nice. That looks dope. And I can't believe I just said that. Well, it doesn't change the fact. Okay, so next are the icons. So I actually need to open up files and give it a decade. Oh, never mind. It didn't take a decade this time. It only took half a decade. So that's going to be code. Solus project. Solus styling? No, Solus site. Themes. Okay. And we'll have it as a new folder called applet icons. And then documents, and that is something I will do off screen. There we go. So this will be the keyboard. And these are all SVGs, so I actually need to convert them. So actually I may as well export these. And both of these are the same. Just realized that. So where's the screenshot one? Cyber, are you watching this? I assume you are. If you're watching this, Cyber, let me know where what this is. Is it just the copy thingy? Oh wait, no, never mind. It's right here. Oh wait, no, it isn't. I'm confusing the applets, oh my god. Let me know where the icon is for the screenshot applet. And I'm gonna take a sip of my energy drink while I wait. Okay. So we have keyboard layout, notifications, Raven sidebar control, user indicator, the haste applet from the community, which is by Cyber, and that will be the edit paste symbolic, and then the screenshot, which is actually up here, if you could see that, I don't know what that is. If that is actually part of the icon pack of like Arc or Mocha, or if that is something he got custom made. And if it is, I need to get the permissions to use that. But for now, we will export these as PNGs. Just a selection. Oh, I'm so confused. What? I got pinged somewhere. I heard it. Ah. Okay, so keyboard layout indicator. Then the notifications bell. So let's just double check. Yeah, I'd never actually export that. That doesn't seem right. What? Let's see. There we go. That looks saner now. Can't actually see it, but I fixed the transparency thing. Is Raven sidebar? Yeah. Then user indicator. And then haste. Okay, and then screenshot, which that will be just like an error, like a missing icon for now. Until Cyber gets back to me on that, I'll have to probably poke him in IRC in case he's not watching. Or do you say? No, that was Daedric that said that. Never mind. Okay, so let's see here. Get it from images icons. Okay. So I think I need to change the data for that. Yeah, dot icon. Okay. We're going to be under the presumption they're PNGs. Which we already are, but we need to change this to applet-icons. There we go. Obviously, the layout of those needs to be fixed. Like channeling some like inner Texan that doesn't actually exist. Oh, notifications to be fixed. Because I put that as notifications. So for this, if we set the span to a height of 16, and then what we do is we align the images. And they need to be like float left, so it'd be easier just to do this in the CSS. Well, technically the less. Man, I didn't expect to be working this long on the Budgie page. So much for a shorter stream. Okay, so we're in the right one. Okay. 16 pixel height. Icon. The width will be automatic. And then we need to make sure that is floating, but that'll be directional specific. And I need to go up to the top. Change that to left. As I anticipated, I need to add padding. I need to invert that. Okay. I think that's a bit much. I need to have that. Okay. I need to increase the margin here. Double it for now. Now that just feels like too much. There we are. Need to change this to not be bold. And probably be a bit larger too. That looks, what the fuck? Be 1.2. That doesn't look right at all. Okay, and then the desktop for everyone, which is full width. Yeah. Full width, normal height, and the normal background, or like the our white. Okay. Is it gonna be unscalable? Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. The section is gonna be 40%. What's it gonna look like at 50? I actually just want to apply it to this one, but okay. No, I think 60. So we'll have a custom CSS for that. And what is up with these? Let's check. Did I apply that to, yeah, I applied it to the paragraph rather than the section itself. That feels like a lot of wasted space. And then we will have the first paragraph in the desktop for everyone have a margin bottom. Let's say, actually this needs to be in the normal banner CSS. Well, I think this needs to be 90. We default that section to be 80%, so actually I think I'll keep it that way. When you go to banner, let's compile that. Oh, there's a nice storm rolling in. Oh my god, that needs to be fixed. 60%. I think I need to do section instead of I think I made a mistake there. In fact, I think I made a mistake on all those. Okay, that's a bit better. Although I messed it up there somehow. Oh, I understand why. See, what was it? Yeah, okay, so I didn't actually make a mistake. It just hadn't applied, well, refreshed the styling for that bit. So this is better. I want these to have a larger line height. Actually, I think it would apply to li. So let's do that in banner.less. Now the question is this within a paragraph or not? It is not. We'll go with the crazy 1.6 EM first. Welcome back, Brian. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Change the height, actually. What the fuck? Okay. Actually, why are these smaller? The text is smaller here. It is. It just seems smaller. Well, it most certainly is smaller. Oh, because I had the text size here set to 1.2. Okay, that's better. And actually, the spacing is correct. It looks like this might need to be the 3.5% though. And we need to change it to blue. Okay, it didn't apply the coloring, but it did apply the spacing. That's because we set this to H1. Actually, it should be. So H1 within the section. Oh, I see why. I think I will apply it in the desktop for everyone section though. Well, I lie. No, not. There we are. Let's see how derp it is on RTL. Okay. It's not too bad. This needs to be fixed. I'm guessing I put margin in the wrong place here. Yeah, I did. Okay, I probably put that in scalable instead of dir specific. This is okay. That's okay. That is okay. And that is, I mean, that's just it being normal. AKA okay. All right, sweet. So let us fix that. Here's the problem right here. So that needs to go into dir specific. There we go, that's fixed. Okay. And then it will be going on to the download page. So let's open that up. Let's close the other one. So this one is going to have sort of similar to like the feature post. It'll have the thing at the top with the information on the side, as well as the recommended system requirements. And then on this side, it will have the download live media and the links to that. So what it'll probably be like on mobile is you'll have the information first, and then below that you'll have the download location, and then you'll have need assistance. But I think all above that on mobile, I want to have like something along the lines of you're pretty bold to be downloading this on mobile, or something quirky like that. Because I mean, it happens from time to time, but it's always like, wait, so you went on your phone to download the ISO? Like, I mean, oh, we know it'd probably be something like you must be really eager to install Solus. Just like I want to add quirky things like that throughout the site, just to give it a bit more character, you know. So let's check out the download page. So we have the need assistance, which is normal markdown. And then we have the download thingy here. And that'll be this, which then goes to download info partial, which is this. So we have a download banner. Then we have the info, and then we have the media. Within the info, we have the header, we have the paragraph with the version information. Then we have span in that, which is like the recommendations for the Solus installation. Solus Media, we will have, so each individual, no switches. So within each individual, so we'll have the Solus Media locations, then a span for each location. No, for each column, so whatever region it is, and then each individual location. And then within that, we will just have a link. And then we'll have the media size and alternative download. Because unlike some other operating systems, when you go to download them, you don't have to like Google for an alternate, like the alternate page where you could get like a link to Z-Sync and a torrent or something. I'm looking at you, Canonical, because last time I freaking went to go download the Ubuntu ISO, which was, it was actually 1604. I still had to Google for alternative downloads for Ubuntu because they didn't have it like explicitly mentioned. Although it would be nice to have. Ike, are you listening? Ike. I'll wait to see if he replies. Okay, cool. Would you be interested, like even if I hosted the infrastructure, having Z-Sync be available as an option just because we will be having, like once we're ruling, we'll have ISOs a lot more frequent, or do you think Z-Sync would cause an issue with that since it's only syncing the bits that changed? At least that's my understanding of it. I don't know if it'll like sync an entire file over. Do you see any value to that, having a Z-Sync thing? Will be essentially mandatory. So do you not have a problem with me having like two links, one for the torrent and one for Z-Sync then? Because it just seems like a sensible thing to add. People will want to keep testing ISOs, so I think it's unavoidable. Okay, well, I think that sort of answers the question, huh? So, oh, it's a developer thing. Oh, okay, so should we have that on the, I'm guessing then we were going to have that on the developer portal instead. On like Fabricator. Maybe, yeah. Okay. I will look into what I need in terms of like quote unquote infrastructure. It's probably just Z-Sync being installed. And I will get all of that set up on all of my mirrors. So when we're ready, it'll just be like the same process as rsync probably. Where I'll just have that running as like a daemon or have it check periodically. And I'll do that probably tomorrow. So I'll keep it as just a torrent. It was an idea when I was thinking about like alternative downloads, and then I remember that they had Z-Sync as an option. So yeah. Let us get to work on this. So let's see what the DOM actually looks like for it. For the page. Right, so we have main within the content wrapper. And then we have the download banner, and then we have H3 for the need assistance, and then paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. And I actually, it's going to open up a new Inkscape window. Let's see, what do the other pages look like in terms of DOM? Actually, their press page would probably be the best one to look at. So I'm going to guess that's content. So that's content within it, like the content DOM. Yeah, and then we automatically set the margin here. So I need to fix that. Which means on the Hugo website, we're going to need, once again, a separate layout like we did with the press center, where the download page will have a single .html file within it, which will be expressed as like the layout for it. What that means is, like with the press center, what we could have is a reference to the partial within that, so we don't have to explicitly mention it on the download page, on the download.markdown file. All we have to mention is the like need assistance stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Before we start doing all this, let's actually commit all of the styling and all the less. Before we commit to the Solus site, let's clear that. Okay, there we go. And with all that committed, we could actually fire up the Hugo server again. And then we could start getting to work on the download page changes. And I have 24 emails waiting for me. All right, let me just check this. Sorry. Okay, some of these, why are some of these even on Bookzilla? I'm gonna have to change that. Like some of these are like fabricator things, and then some of it is, I don't know. No, it's all good. It's my fault for getting all the email notifications. I triaged a bunch today. So if you got a bunch of email spam, if you haven't disabled that, then yeah, I mean, sorry back. So yeah, on to the layout. I mean, I don't know why you're apologizing. You're basically saying, sorry, I'm doing work on our bug tracker. Like, although I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, actually, let me just check. Ugh, gotta have to do the fucking HTTPS before it. Let's see. Just add, okay. Okay, so there was 2 additional. Good, that person filed that. I closed that down because I didn't want multiple requests within the same. Because I didn't want multiple package requests within the same task. So that's why I locked that one down. Okay. See, what else needs triaging? Okay, these all need triaging. Which isn't actually a lot. I mean, it's back up. I actually dropped it down to 20, and then this happened. What is this? Okay. There's already a -s flag, though, for, like, info. Although I don't think it applies to search. Can I package as a prite? Let's see, what is it? Yes. Come on, why is that person... Thank you for addressing that. That person needs to be slapped for changing bug priorities. It's not their place. Yeah, and set it to, I don't know, maybe set to low. Just to say to that person, hey, you know, no, I mean, don't do that. It's just cruel. Yeah, change it to normal. You could be assigned to the bug because it's fine. Bomi player. Okay. So the thing with Bomi player, and this is just my opinion, is do we really need another front end to? I mean, isn't a cute front end to MPV? Because we already have no MPV, so I mean, if the person wants it, okay, and if you could compile it, then go right ahead. I guess who am I to say? I mean, for all I know, it might have a lot of additional functionality that GNOME MPV might not expose, because that is a bit of a simple UX for it. So, if you want me to tackle Bomi player, I can do that. What's this? Oh my god, I'm getting completely distracted. This is what happens when you look at our fabricator, it's just a black hole. Oh, a notification. Mark all as read. You can't. Well, what an asshole. I'm not What? I'm not ignoring my problems. What an asshole, fabricator. So what am I assigned to? This is what I'm assigned to. Core bird, which we're waiting on upstream. Sysbench. SC controller. Which that's just like, I'm waiting for patch tweaks and stuff. So, yeah, let's get back to this, shall we? Sounds like it's a lot more customizable, yeah. If you want to tackle the sprite editor, I could tackle Bomi. Does it sound good to you? Why not? It is pay for only. Really? Is it not open source? Yeah. The last version was 2012 that was free, so that is a big no. So let them know. It's unfortunate, but I mean, that shit happens. They're welcome to pay for that software, so, and we're willing to help them out if they pay for it and it happens to be like a deb or something. Okay, well, I mean, obviously mention that it's been pay for only, and if they buy it and they get like a tar GZ or a deb or something, for them to contact either you or I key, and we could get them squared away and make sure that's working. So let's go ahead and get back to my task at hand. Can't win them all. Yeah. So my task at hand is the download page, which was the layout stuff. So it's not going to be blog content. It's just going to be normal content. And it's going to be the download partial. And then we'll delete the shortcode for it since that isn't really necessary at this point. And that's all we need since we don't need the shortcode anymore. And there we are. So we're back at that. So now, as you can see, it's actually applying our margins properly, which is awesome. And then we need the download banner here, which is 340, and then it'll be full width. So we will set that. We'll set it to min height of 340 in theory. And that'll be in scalable. And that is section. No, it's gonna be download banner. Actually, it's gonna be full width regardless. So I don't really need that. It'll be a minimum height of 340 pixels regardless of where it is. Although that's of course subject to change because, you know, on something like a massive 4K monitor or something, you might look a bit off. Well, I'll just have to see. Okay, we just built that. Okay, we set that to full width. But the problem is it's not actually full width. So none of what we actually just did even helped at all. So we'll actually set to download content, and then we will apply our own styling for that. And really, we don't even need this here. Because it's going to be 100% regardless, like the entire page, so. Where is it? No. It's going to be 88%. And then in dir specific, we will have the margin. See how that works. Okay, not bad. For scalable, we need to set the margin height. Like the margin top height. Set to 3%. I kind of think 3% would be standard. Regardless of the screen height. Okay. And then this will need to be scalable, where each half will be half width on desktop, and on mobile it will be full width. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll actually be the download banner. And then within the download banner, It is Solus info and Solus media. I just want to look up the mockup first. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have each selector be its own thing, and then specify full width on both of these. Well, sorry, half width on both of these, since this is the HD version, or I should say the non-mobile version. Just in case we need to add more, and if we don't, then I could always condense it later. And then I need to set in dir specific. Well, actually, hold on. Getting a little ahead of myself. Set full width here. And full width there. Now we'll go over to dir specific. And then here, so this is RTL. We're going to specify for the Solus info to float right and the Solus media to float left. And somewhere here, there's a float left for download content. Here it is. Okay. So each one of these should be half. But they're not, so I messed up on the selector. So it's download content, then download banner, and then section. Ah, I put these as divs. And there we are. So half and half. Although this might change because I want to enforce margins and I don't want to have to do it on every single one of these elements. So that will come in a bit. Ugh. Kind of feeling like I need a break for some reason. What you doing, Daedric? Must be some crazy latency, or he didn't hear me. Let's see. So actually we're going to change this from 50% to, so I set this in scalable, but I'm actually going to have to just completely drop that bit from scalable, that half width defining. The reason for that is because like I said, is I want to enforce the margins. So let's drop that for now. So maybe width of 47%, the margin of 3. Right? Actually, I need to set that scalable. God damn it. I need to set that in scalable, the width, because I'm going to change it again when it's on mobile. So 47% there. And then endure specific. And then in dirt specific, we're going to get more email. Probably from Fabricator again. And we are going to set the section to, see, this is LTR. So we're going to set it to margin left. To 3%. And actually, I should only be setting this in the non-mobile view of each of each direction. So let's copy pasta that. Set margin right. Okay. Let's see. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's much saner. Now for the first one, let's just see what it's going to look like first before we do anything too rash. So this first Solus info, well, first off, this needs to be this needs to be 100% width. Not 100% width. Well, probably not even 100% height either, because we don't want a border cutting down the entire height of the download banner. So each one of these sections actually should be 80% in height on non-mobile. So let's go ahead and do that. So that'll be in scalable. And we're only going to set it for non-mobile for now. And then a margin top, of course. So we're going to see what 80% looks like. Maybe that's going to be too much. And then 5% margin top. Okay. Oh my god. What the fuck? That is a bit insane. And then that is just too much of a margin top. That's too much of a margin top, and that isn't going to give us enough of a border, so $97.5 doesn't help. what is the total height of this? Oh, we set min height here. So that's actually overflowing now. Because we set min height, so it kept expanding. So change. And actually 80% looks fine if we set it. If we enforce 340 on scalable, so mobile, if we enforce that instead of having min height, should be fine. Now let's build and try. There we are. That is insane. I still think 2.5 is a bit too much. Let's see, 1.5. Oh. Yeah, I forgot that header has margin as well. Let's just look at the section height. So we should probably change that to I'm just curious why. If I have it set to 90% and then 2.5 and 2.5, that would only be 95% of the, like if I have 90 and then two 2.5s, that would only be 95% of the height. So where is it getting the extra computed? None. So it's just that. It's not quite working. Well, let's work on the styling of the actual content within it first, and then worry about the padding. So the first things first is this Solus info section needs a very large header. So it's 28, so it's like 2.2 EM. Now within that, it's header 1. That will be full width, so we need to set in dir specific the float. Then we're removing the margins of it as well. Let us get that selector. Actually, I just realized I'm setting that in like the non-mobile only thing, which I don't want. Okay. None of that actually applied, so what the fuck? It's what, minor component? No, it is a minor component. That's not true. This float left worked. There we are. Let's just temporarily remove the scalable margin stuff. I think 2.5 is bleh. I think 2.5% is excessive. There we go. That actually looks halfway decent. I mean, in terms of like the fact it's incomplete. The header size needs to be larger. Maybe 2.4. See how that'll look. Yeah, we'll go with 2.4. Okay. And the text size needs to be larger for that paragraph. Actually, I mean, that entire thing, it all needs to be larger. So this paragraph here, which we also need to set to 80% of its width. And that'll be unscalable. But before we tinker with the width, we actually have to set the float. Okay, then that should be maybe 1.4. That's way too large. Okay. Then we'll have the recommended system requirements, which means I need to export this checkbox. Okay, so that's exported now. And it actually showed up, so I think I need to change the yeah. Change it to a B tag, and then within that would be the image and the recommended system requirements information. Well, not the information, the actual name of it. And all of that is within the span. Which will be, it'll actually be full width, because there's no reason for it not to be. And then the B tag will be a height of 32 to accommodate for the image. It will also have a full width. Line height will be 32. We're going to tinker with the font size, so we'll initially set that to 1.4 EM. So that'll make it the same size as this. That seems sensible. Drop the font weight. We'll add text indenting. And then let's go ahead and set the door specific stuff. And we'll scroll down to the RTL and make all the modifications here. Okay, it's not quite working as expected. Oh, because I set it to 10%, not to pixel. I think 1.4 EM is a bit too large. Then we need to set the float for the unordered list. Let's see. That didn't actually apply. Span UL. Oh, yeah, span UL. Okay, that's much better. I think there needs to be more spacing for the list items though. Actually, it should be margin top. There we are. And I think I will remove, I think I will remove the list style type as well. And set margin to 0. Okay, so it's actually padding there, so. So I just eliminate all the padding. Okay. So we have that bit done. Just check RTL. Wow, that actually works remarkably well. Okay. So we reduced it to 87.5% here. Let's see let's see how it looks when I add the border. It derps that. Okay. Ah, right, yeah. So if I set it to only the first one and I reduce the width of it to 46%, then it should be fine. Okay. Then obviously I need to change the color of it. But I need to do that in door specific. So this appears to be RTL. Which means I need to set the border left. And actually, although I'm setting it in door specific, I also need to set it within the scale instead. Well, I need to set it within the non-mobile section of dir because we don't want a border rendering on the Solus info when we're in mobile view, because then it'd just be a border on the right, but nothing else is on the right because the following section would be below. So okay, it's compiled. Okay, that's what it looks like. So if I set to 85, it's even. Okay. So there we are. That bit is complete. And then it'll be the download live media ISO part. But I think I'm going to work on that tomorrow or later tonight. Like have a bit of break or something. Stop streaming. I don't think I'll get a bite to eat after this, but maybe watch some YouTube, relax, deal with some bugs. I mean, I did forewarn that this would be a shorter stream, so, you know, there's that. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something today and that I at least kept you a bit entertained. I will be streaming again tomorrow. I don't know yet what I will be doing tomorrow in terms of the website, whether I will be finishing up the download page, like if I don't do that tonight, or if I'm going to work on the support us page. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and yep, productive nonetheless. Exactly. So we got the budget page done. So actually I'm going to show that off, because why the hell not? Because we at least got one page done, right? So we got the budget page done, including this. So we could differentiate between the official and community, and this might get some love. And obviously I'm still waiting for Cyber's icon there, and I'll poke him about that later. And this, which, I mean, let's be honest, that isn't anything complicated. But it took a bit of trickery and a lot of changes actually to get this working. And while we were at it, we fixed a bunch of selectors and reduced a lot of redundancy. So we got that going for us. And then of course we fixed bugs throughout the website. And download page, we got this half done. And we changed how the download page is displayed, so we can utilize blog content, which is roughly the same as the normal content element. Well, the normal content component. And the reason why we did that is so we could automatically have these margins based on left to right and right to left without having to re-implement a bunch of code. So, and that will be continuously improved and refactored, and we'll use more extends and less copy pasta. So I will see about getting this done tonight. So yeah, progress for the win, woohoo. One step closer to a new Solus website. So, I mean, after all of this, I do want to test, 4K. Well, I want to test 2K, 4K. I have, one sec. I have this thing, which is I hope I wasn't pushing the FN button the entire time. I don't think I was. I have this thing, which is an iPod Touch. So I'll be testing this Solus website on here as well. I have my Yola phone, so I'll be testing on here. I will be using my waifu's OnePlus 3 to test on Android, and I will be using my Nokia Lumia 920, which is in my closet, like my office closet, for testing Windows Phone. And then of course we have the Chrome developer tools, which allows you to do all the responsiveness and cool stuff, so I could test on a wide variety of devices. So, and then comes the big part, at least in my opinion, and the most important part, which is accessibility. So if that means like overhauling a bunch of stuff in order to make it more accessible, I'm going to do it. And then after that, it will be implementing the more of the mobile tweaks. So we'll have a side pane, which will be utilizing JavaScript, and it'll be one of the very few things actually that'll be using JavaScript. So basically it's just a hamburger menu. When you click it, you'll get these menu options up at the top of the header. So yeah, so we still have a lot to do, but we're making a lot of good progress. So thank you guys for keeping me entertained and asking questions, and occasionally poking me about issues you find. So thank you for that, and bye bye, bye 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 bye. You know the drill. I gotta close OBS. Bye.